"150 years ago, Thomas Carlyle said, 'Man is a tool-using animal. Without tools, he is nothing. With tools, he is all.'" The massive container ships that ply the oceans of today's ever-shrinking world measure their schedules in minutes, their positions by meters, and their efficiency in dollars. In place of the sextant, chronometer and almanac, the satellite navigation system eliminates the guesswork of transoceanic navigation.
Roger, Asian paddle.
The new wave of containerized cargo vessels has ruled out the need for bulk storage in warehouses, making the huge wharfside sheds relics of the past. For those of us who live and work on dry land, the question is, will our solid-state technology do to the office and the factory what containerization has done to the warehouse? Will the computer revolution make us redundant too? In 25 years, development of the tiny silicon chip has reduced the time for hundreds of thousands of calculations from days to just a few seconds, while cutting the cost several hundred times. For many, that revolution means being part of a new industry, but for the rest of us, what will it do to our lives, our homes and our jobs? The empty desks at this drafting design company are not caused by computers, but by a critical shortage of skilled draftsmen. The drafting profession turned to computers for the answer to its manpower problem and discovered some important benefits in the process. Today's draftsmen are learning a new and exciting approach to their work. Using computers specially built for the task, they can draw beautiful and practical designs in a fraction of the time needed in the past. At will, they can move, change, add or delete an entire section, view it from any angle, reduce or magnify, and accurately visualize any design. The only limit is their imagination, and the result is a better product.
There's a midnight show, Mac, on at the Maryland's Mall Cinema on Saturday.
This firm deals in information, the fastest growing commodity in our society today. The need to process vast quantities of information seems an ideal job for a computer. But are they ready yet for the impact a computer may have?
Well, we'd really love to have a computer system that was basically a great big network where all of the people that worked here had a terminal at all of their homes so that they could clock in on their terminal and work remotely. But there's another consideration too, that, besides the money and that whether it's worthwhile economically to do it, there's also the social implications that are involved. I think that people here, there's about 10, sometimes 15 people here who like working together. We have part-time people and full-time people. People get on well, they mix both at work and outside of work. They like working together. They like, we get a certain interaction. You know, we're open planned here, so we can yell across the room at each other and say, you know, has anyone seen this, anyone done that? I think the best of both worlds is where we had a terminal at home and a terminal here, so that you could work at home if you wanted to, or here when you felt the need for company.
Whether we are ready or not, the computer revolution is here, expanding our knowledge of the universe at a rate that's accelerating daily. It's forcing its way quietly into every part of our lives, from the office to outer space, from our understanding of life on Earth to the mapping of its resources. Less than 80 years ago, we were an agricultural society. 3/4 of the population worked on the land. The agricultural revolution has led us to the forefront as a food producer for Australia and the world, with one of the highest productivity rates of any nation, thanks largely to our inventive use of technology. It has changed the farm and the country town, but today we're more competitive and better off because of that revolution, while only 6% of the population today work on the land. Among the new pursuits of the technological era is the development of technology itself. Learning to use its many advantages is a whole new field. Our understanding of technology allows people who would otherwise be unable to work find satisfaction and employment in a worthwhile and challenging field. In many places where those with handicaps would normally be confined to repetitive work in a sheltered environment, computers help them to be productive and to make a significant contribution to their world, which for them becomes a happier place to live. And if the stimulation of work isn't enough, the computer will also provide the means for relaxation. For some, it's a meeting with a chess master on their own terms, with no time limit. The many variations of solid-state technology can be exciting, relaxing and challenging, as any Space Invader whiz will tell you.
If x1 equals 3, then 799, I have to put that before, try again, you muffed it. So it doesn't print it again.
Yeah,
You put 77 where 86 was.
All right.
Yes.
And what does it do, John?
Then.
So if someone gets the wrong password,
Just finished off.
okay, let's
In an effort to better understand the new technology, more and more schools are teaching a new subject, computer literacy.
What is the password?
We'll put in the wrong one.
Put in the wrong password. Put in anything. That'll do. Just ends.
Today's students are proving that familiarity with computers is no more difficult than anything else they learn. And while they're learning, they're having fun.
Sneak.
So where
You
would you
little
put that?
sneak.
Any ideas?
You muffed it.
Okay.
You should put, you little sneak, what are you doing? Okay,
Hang on. Before we just type it in, what are you doing?
I'm going to list it to 100.
Okay. Do that. Yep. Okay. So now, what should the line be that we're going to put in to pick up people that don't get the right password?
Well, you put in the middle 80 print. You didn't make it, or you muffed it.
Yeah, okay, let's put that in. Now, there's one problem with that, though, isn't it? Then what we do is go back and give them another try, don't we?
For all of us, computers will play an increasingly important part in our everyday lives. We will build our future around the benefits they have to offer. With so much to gain from the new technology, can we afford not to get involved?
One shouldn't be really worried about computers. If my feeling is everyone should whip in there and learn as much as they can about them, and shouldn't be scared of them. I think a lot of people see computers only as an evil force, where I think that they're just a tool, like a calculator. You know, the calculator is a computer, and it's not doing anyone a lot of harm exactly.